Bonjour mes amis, c'est moi, Stephanie, and welcome to your Workout Wednesday. The more expansive I get, the less I want to move, but I've still discovered some interesting flows that can benefit all of us. So today, let's go ahead and just start with a bit of cat-cow, and then we'll work a little internal-external rotation in our hips, and a little bit of lunging as well. So thank you, subscribers, for being here. You rock. New subscribers, don't forget to subscribe and then hit that bell. Every Wednesday, fresh videos drop. So let's move. Come on down to your mat. Ooh, and find that hands and knees at quatre pattes position. And just begin to shift forward and back, pointing and flexing the feet. Don't worry so much about curling and arching at this moment. Waking up a bit of the flexion in our hips, but also really in the wrists and ankles and feet, waking them up. I'm having a bit of carpal tunnel symptoms, which is interesting. So I'm gonna keep mine pretty small, but yours might be a little bit bigger. You might really wanna planche forward. And just easy breath. Allowing your inhale to expand and balloon your belly. And then allowing the exhale to gently hug. One more here in the middle. And then go ahead and pause, soften the fronts of your ankles, and find your cat-cow. Now when I cow, I'm really just gonna think a little bit more in my chest, but you really go for that. I mean, it's like I really do have udders, yeah? But really go for that arch along your whole spine. And then as you curl, again, really curl into that angry Halloween cat. I'm gonna focus a little bit more just on the lower spine and pelvis. Inhale, chest forward and up, pelvis opens. And exhale, find that cat round curl. In, X. Again, ballooning your belly on the inhale. And gently hugging in on the X. One more here in the middle of our hands and knees. Oh, actually, that feels really nice. And then let's put that rock back into it. So flexing the feet into the arch. And all of us can think of really pulling our chest up in opposition to our bum. Shifting forward, pointing the feet, pressing down. And again, rounding as best you can into that cat. In and X. In and X. Again, I'm concentrating a bit more on my chest opening here. And then on my lower back rounding as best as it can. Join me or make yours even bigger. Let's go ahead and just do one more rocking cat-cow here. And once again, find a moment in center. Give a shaky to each arm and wrist. Maybe a stretch or a shake to the knees and legs there. And take a moment. I'm gonna warn you, I'm gonna give you a butt shot because this is what we're gonna do next. So from here, from our hands and knees, we're gonna pivot. We're gonna rotate internally, that thigh bone. Then from here, externally rotate, soften the front of this ankle, and then just shift back into your stretch. Come on forward, internally rotate, opening up the sitting bones, and then back to parallel. Opposite thigh, internal, right, spiraling inward. Externally pivoting, soften the front of this ankle, maybe even pull it in, shifting back, maybe even dropping your head. Coming back into that internal spiral, and then back to the hands and knees. Okay, let's shut over. So let's go ahead and do that together, and then we'll add one more piece in a few moments. So again, find your hands and knees. Start with those feet flexed. Pick a thigh, internally rotate. Externally, we're pivoting on the toes so we can get a bit of stretch through the arch there. Soften that front ankle or the front of that ankle, shifting back. Coming forward, back into that internal thigh, back to hands and knees. Opposite thigh, in. And out, externally rotating, shifting back. Ooh, to the diagonal, almost in between that gap between your heels. And then coming back in. Again, opening the cheeks. And then just back to parallel, gently narrows. Again, in and X. Shifting back. Coming forward, back into the internal, back into parallel. Again, opposite thigh, in, out, and sit and reach. And in, and back to center. Again, take a moment and we come off the wrist. We're gonna add one more piece, like I promised, up to a lunge. So we'll start the same way. Okay, last variation here. Let's come on forward. Pick a thigh. Internal, we start the same. External, we take our stretch. Hopefully this feels as good for you as it does for me. Now from here, we pick ourselves up. I'm gonna take my hands underneath my belly because it feels really good to support. And then bring that leg forward. Maybe hands on the thighs, maybe use the wall, and stand. And then come on back down. Reset, and we finish where we left off. Internal, back to parallel. Opposite thigh, in. Out, and take your stretch. Starts the same. From here, just pick yourself up. Bring that top thigh forward. Press and stand. And back down. Finish where we left off. Internal and external. Let your torso do what it needs to do. Let's just do one more each. Full through. In, out, and sit back. Come on up. Pick yourself up. Bring that leg forward. Flex that back foot. Use those toes and press up. And slow it down as best you can. And then again, finish in parallel. Last time, in, out, sit back into your stretch. Yes, lower back. Come on up. Pick that leg up, flex that back foot, press into your standing lunge. And then descend. And then finish where we left off, internal and parallel. Excellent. Take a moment to stay here and just what we started with to finish. Shifting forward, shifting back. Letting that go, putting the energy back through our center line. One more butt shot for you. This time, as we point our feet, a little bit of internal, a little bit of external. Gently spiraling in, gently spiraling out. Feel free to add a cat-cow if it feels good, kind of whenever you want to. I'm gonna keep my spine relatively in that center place, flat back. Concentrating more on my hips, more on my butt bones opening, and then the thigh bones rolling in and out in the sockets. Again, balloon your belly on the inhale. Gently hug in on the X. A couple more here. And perhaps take a child's pose. Child's pose doesn't feel that great for me without a support, so I'm just gonna come back to my mermaid. And actually, I'm going to sit, massage my knees a little bit, but just take a moment to bring it to a close for yourself. Feel free to join me here for a moment. Check in, how are your wrists doing? How are your knees? How do your hips feel? And again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel nice and open, and I will see you next time.